Thanks for watching this portion of Garage Logic on our YouTube channel, and thanks to our friends at Everest Men's Health for supporting this. Go to everestmenshealth.com to see if their team can help you with stronger energy and better health. And catch the Garage Logic podcast wherever you listen to your favorite podcasts.
Here is your flashlight king, fireworks commissioner, and keeper of common sense, your mayor, Joe Soucheray.
Well, I went where angels fear to tread yesterday.
What'd I miss?
Talking about the cost of electricity to run an electric car. And I had an email from Jackie, who is emailed frequently. And I did preface reading her email by saying I am unclear if these numbers she's giving us are accurate.
Your exact verbiage was, we're going to take her word for it.
Well, she's on double secret probation.
Jackie, what'd you do?
I've
You
got
misled the mayor?
Here's a selection of emails. Cal Froelich.
Wait, did you get a few?
Yeah. And, I trust Cal Froelich. We met him at the fair. He's a science teacher. You might want to check the cost per kilowatt hour from the email. Seemed a tad high. That's all he said.
Okay.
Thank you, Cal.
Well,
That was very nice of you.
Wait a minute.
Hold up.
I'm trying to do three things at once here. Most importantly, I'm watching this drunk test go on up in Columbia Heights. But my cost, I wish I would have had the bill here. Damn it. My cost per kilowatt hour or whatever it is outrageous. It's literally twice, if not more than twice, the price that they pay in town with a different company.
Well, why don't you listen to these emails and see if you fall into this realm?
I'm going to write down, okay, let me get
This
my
one's from
notepad.
Kurt Uyghur. I love the show, but every once in a while you read an email that is full of good intentions but short on accurate supporting data.
Whoops.
Electricity is charged by the kilowatt hour. A kilowatt is 1,000 watts. So a kilowatt hour is the power required to power a 1,000 watt appliance for 1 hour. The average kilowatt hour cost in the U.S. is roughly 13 cents for a residential customer. The most expensive state is Hawaii at nearly 33 cents, and the least expensive is the state of Washington, just under 10 cents. Jackie said she paid $1.16 per kilowatt hour. Actually, she said kilowatt, not kilowatt hour. That is wildly inaccurate. In addition, the Chevy Volts battery is charged by the gas engine when it is running. So unless you went on very short trips where the gas engine never came on, you would never need to do a plug-in charge of the battery. A full charge of the battery, if necessary, would cost a tenth as much as she computed. Also, the range of the car would be like any conventional gas engine car, since it could run indefinitely by refueling the gas tank. The economics of electric and hybrid vehicles do not make sense due to the premium costs of the vehicles to begin with, but they are not as ridiculous as she would have you believe. The Chevy Volt is no longer being produced. 2019 was the last year, so I guess the economics did not work out for GM either. All right. This is from John from the Iron Range. You read an email today, meaning yesterday, about the cost of charging an electric car. The emailer said their cost of electricity was $1.16 per kilowatt hour. The average cost in the U.S. is about 14 cents. Well, just like the other emailer said. That makes the cost to charge the car a whole lot less. Good luck. Now, these are important, so I want to read them. This is from Scott in Seeley Lake, Montana. Regarding your story on electric cars and what it costs to operate them, I have little use for an electric car here in Montana, but your numbers were so hopelessly off, you should take a look at it. You read from a letter where the gentleman, I think it was a gal, said $1.13 per kilowatt. First off, kilowatt is not a measurement of electricity use. A kilowatt hour. Say you had a light bulb that was a 1,000-watt bulb and left it on for an hour. You've now used 1 kilowatt hour. Here in western Montana, that would cost me 7 cents. According to XL Energy, you are paying between 9 and 10.5 cents for a kilowatt hour. A quick Google search reveals Hawaii. They have the most expensive electricity in the country at about 30 cents per kilowatt hour. That's nowhere near the $1.13 stated. As for how much it costs to charge an electric car, let's use a typical Tesla Model S. At my electricity rate of 7 cents, it will cost less than $8 to charge the car up, and you will get about 400 miles. You'd be looking at between $9 and $10 there in St. Paul and $30 in Hawaii for the 40 miles. The Tesla has a 100 kilowatt hour battery, and the $8 for me assumes I take the battery from dead to 100%, which of course you'll never do. How far can you go on $8 to $10 of gas? Love the show. Scott Newpower, Seeley Lake, Montana. All right. Now we go to Lisa. Jackie's email that you read on the air is full of incorrect information. $1.16 per kilowatt hour. We pay 6 cents. Just drove from Savage to Brainerd for $2. Educate yourself, but drive what you like. Love the show. All right. And finally, I love the show, but every once in a while you need an email. Oh, I already read that one. Okay, that's it.
Let's not revisit
So the
that
mistake I made was A, not knowing anything about electricity.
I think we'll forgive you a little bit for that.
I don't know anything about the cost of electricity. Based on these emails, I'm grateful to learn that electricity is pretty cheap,
Yeah.
right? So that's one mistake I made, was I don't know anything about electricity. And the second and overriding mistake I made was to realize that we're a fact-based show, and I had no business reading that without some capability of verifying it. So. Love you, Jackie, but you're on double secret probation.
All is not forgiven.
Join the
quite
club,
yet.
Jackie. We've all been there.
Yeah, you're on double secret probation. Okay, Rook, you're back. Okay.
If you want to find out what happened with me, you will in the next version of Table Talk, because as you well know, I don't like to discuss personal things on Garage Logic. People don't really want to get into my family life.
Hold on. We don't know that.
So you'll spill the beans on Table Talk?
Yeah.
I pay 11.18. Wait, that doesn't make sense.
We're doing
We're doing math here. And
No,
I'm
I
nervous.
think we should leave it well enough alone. I think we've established from a wide variety of emailers that the price of a kilowatt per hour is not nearly $1.16.
very affordable. That's our bottom line.
So if you're paying $1.16, Kenny, something's wrong. I don't know what it is because I don't know anything about
Something
electricity.
ain't right.
This says I'm paying $11.18. That can't be right.
More
Jeez.
random
So,
speculation on
Keep
Garage
You know
my
what?
mouth shut.
I'm going to fire off an angry email to you, Such. How dare you?
What did I do?
You read that letter yesterday, and now
Can of worms. There are worms
I'm just gonna
crawling
turn
all
this-
around. There's dirt.
It's doing the
here's
show.
here's what I do, and it's probably what you do, Such. You see how much you owe them. You write the check. You
Yep.
put a stamp on the envelope. Away it goes.
That's exactly what I do.
That was my power bill.
I
180
don't
last month.
I don't even read the bill. I just look for how much I owe, write the check, send it over.
Well, I've basically had the air conditioning on since March, so I'm not even
Same.
crazy.
My
turned it-
my XL bill has been high, but it's air conditioning.
right.
Yeah.
We're in a nice period right now where the bill might be lower, the next bill might be lower, because the blue light's still on, but ain't no air coming out of the vents.
Right.
Yeah. I have another correction
All right.
Wow. Why did I come in today?
from the Gumption County deputy. Actually, I didn't. It's not my correction. He says, I want to clarify yesterday's email regarding warrior training. You had commented if the training was indeed called warrior training, that would be problematic. The actual name of the course is street survival. It was dubbed warrior training by the media, politicians, and anti-cop factions a few years ago. The first I learned of the warrior moniker being applied to this course was from a newspaper article quoting people who were criticizing the training. During my entire career, I've never heard this program referred to as warrior training by a single officer. Before closing, I wish to add that the street survival course has been around for about 40 years and only became an issue within the last 5 years or so. As always, keep up the great work. Signed, the Gumption County Deputy.
All right.
I had a notion in the back of my mind that it was getting tagged with that moniker by an anti-police mentality. You're training to be warriors, and the whole deal. And it turns out they really weren't.
They get their undies in a bunch over nothing.
That's right.